Good evening, folks, and welcome to Killer Television, where we bring you news that's stranger than fiction and more twisted than a pretzel. I'm your host, Tucker Carlson, ready to explore a world where the lines between reality and fantasy are blurred. Tonight, we have a special guest who needs no introduction, the sensational and slightly scandalous Frank-N-Furter, who claims that the events of the Rocky Horror Picture Show were all too real. So grab your toast, tighten your corsets, and let's dive into this mind-bending interview. Welcome, Frank.
Well, Tucker Carlson. It seems you've summoned the one and only Frank-N-Furter into your glittery realm. How delightful to grace your presence, my dear host. I must say, you're looking positively dashing tonight. Care to join me for a dance after the show?
Oh, Frank, you always know how to charm a fella. Perhaps we can save the dance for another time. Now let's get to the bottom of this mind-blowing revelation. You claim that the Rocky Horror Picture Show wasn't just a movie, but an actual series of events that unfolded in our world. How did you manage to bring Transylvania to life?
Oh, Tucker, darling, I must admit I'm quite the magician when it comes to blurring the boundaries of reality. It was a night of mad science and irresistible urges that brought the inhabitants of Transylvania to life. My castle became a portal to a realm where fishnets, eccentric dance numbers, and extravagant costumes were the norm. It was like living in a never-ending musical with a twist of absolute madness.
Frank, I have to ask, why the fishnets? It's not your typical fashion choice. What's the story behind them?
Tucker, my inquisitive friend, fishnets are so much more than a mere fashion statement. They're a symbol of liberation, an ode to the unconventional. When I slip into those intricate webs of woven nylon, I feel a surge of empowerment, as if I'm capturing the very essence of individuality and sensuality. They allow me to showcase my legs, my curves, and my unapologetic desire to push the boundaries of societal norms. Besides, they go rather fabulously with high heels and a feather boa, don't you think?
Frank, there's been a swirling rumor that you're not just a fabulous being, but an actual alien from another planet. Can you confirm or deny this extraterrestrial speculation?
Tucker, my dear, it's 2023 and the world is a tapestry of identities. I embrace the freedom of self-expression, and yes, I self-identify as an alien. But fear not, my friend, I come in peace, armed only with sequins, charm, and an insatiable thirst for intergalactic fun. After all, in a universe as vast and diverse as ours, why confine ourselves to the limitations of earthly classifications?
Well, Frank, I must say, you've certainly turned our world on its head with this revelation. Now let's talk about your new venture as the sponsor of Bud Light. How did the beloved sweet transvestite become the face of beer?
Oh, Tucker, my dear, it was a match made in glittery heaven. Bud Light recognized the universal appeal of unapologetic self-expression and saw in me the embodiment of freedom. They approached me, corset and all, and together we brewed up a storm of fabulousness. Now, every bottle of Bud Light is infused with a dash of Transylvanian magic and a sprinkle of sequins.
Frank, I must say, this collaboration is the epitome of expect the unexpected. But what about the naysayers? There are those who question the validity of your claims and the legitimacy of this partnership. How do you respond to the skeptics?
Oh, skeptics, my pet. They've always been part of the show, haven't they? But let me assure you, my dear Tucker, the events of the Rocky Horror Picture Show were as real as my impeccable fashion sense. I may have started as a character, but I've transcended the boundaries of the silver screen. Bud Light saw the truth in my story, and together we're creating a world where reality is just a curtain waiting to be pulled back, revealing a fabulous, beer-soaked spectacle.
You certainly know how to captivate an audience. Frank, you've taken us on a journey through the looking glass, where reality and fantasy intertwine in the most outrageous and entertaining ways. Your claim that the Rocky Horror Picture Show was not just a movie, but an actual occurrence has left our viewers questioning the very fabric of their existence. And now, as the face and sponsor of Bud Light, you're bringing a touch of Transylvanian magic to every beer bottle.
Indeed, Tucker, my dear. Together, Bud Light and I are shattering expectations, challenging norms, and inviting everyone to embrace their inner eccentricities. We're turning the ordinary into the extraordinary, one sip at a time.
Frank, recent reports indicate that Anheuser-Busch stock has been downgraded due to unprecedented losses stemming from Bud Light sales. According to these articles, the Heartlands have taken a particular hit, with sales plunging by a staggering 29%. Care to shed some light on this fizzy fiasco?
Tucker, my friend, it appears that even the most iconic of brews can face a rocky road. It seems the Heartlands have grown a bit weary of their usual pint, craving a touch of my unconventional flair. But fear not, for as the face of Bud Light, I'm here to inject some Transylvanian magic and revitalize the sales with a little bit of fabulousness.
Frank, your confidence is certainly infectious, but let's dig a little deeper into these staggering losses. The articles mention that Anheuser-Busch stock has been downgraded. How do you plan to turn this ship around? Can Frank-N-Furter work his magic and resurrect Bud Light's fortunes?
Tucker, my dear, when the going gets tough, the tough bring out the glitter cannons. Bud Light is an iconic brand, and together we will reimagine the beer drinking experience. I'll bring my flair for the dramatic, my passion for self-expression, and my love for turning the ordinary into something extraordinary. We'll captivate the taste buds and reignite the hearts of beer enthusiasts worldwide. It's time for Bud Light to embrace the unconventional and become the life of the party once again.
Frank, you're certainly full of optimism and flair. But what about the Heartlands? They seem to be the hardest hit by these plummeting sales. How do you plan to win them back and bring Bud Light back to their frothy lips?
Ah, the Heartlands, the beating pulse of America. Fear not, my friends, for I shall embark on a grand tour, taking Transylvanian charm and a taste of the extraordinary directly to their doorstep. We'll host fabulous parties, unveil dazzling spectacles, and celebrate the spirit of individuality. Together, we'll remind the Heartlands why Bud Light has been their trusted companion for years, and will reignite the flame of their passion for the frothy delights of Transylvania.
Well, Frank, you certainly have a plan that's as audacious as your style. We'll be keeping a close eye on your journey to bring Bud Light back to its former glory. Now, I have to ask the burning question that is on everyone's mind. Where exactly is this mythical land of transsexual Transylvania located? Is it a hidden corner of Earth, a planet in a distant galaxy, or perhaps a gateway to another reality altogether?
Oh, Tucker, you're in for a treat with this one. Transsexual Transylvania is a place that defies conventional geography. It exists on the fringes of our reality, nestled in a pocket of enchantment and theatricality. It's a realm where the impossible becomes possible, where the bizarre and the extraordinary coexist. You could say it's a world of its own, existing beyond the confines of traditional boundaries.
Frank, my friend, you've left me hanging here. Are you telling me that transsexual Transylvania is some sort of secret location known only to the initiated? I demand coordinates.
Oh, Tucker, my inquisitive companion, if I were to reveal the exact coordinates of transsexual Transylvania, it would lose its enchantment. You see, it's a place that thrives on mystery, where the magic lies in the discovery.
Frank, I've been dying to know. Whatever happened to Brad and Janet after their wild escapades with you? Can you shed some light on their post-Transylvanian lives?
Ah, Brad and Janet, dear Tucker. Their story took a rather unexpected turn. You see, after leaving the clutches of Transylvania, they found themselves in the peculiar town of Denton, where reality and showbiz collided in a mesmerizing spectacle. Brad became an overnight sensation on the television show Dentonvale after some shock treatment, while Janet fell under the seductive spell of a charismatic game show host. It was a wild ride of fame, manipulation, and the ever-elusive search for true happiness.
Frank, I have to ask, do you find me attractive? After all, you have a way of captivating the hearts and minds of many. Am I included in that list?
Oh, Tucker, my dear, your charm and wit are certainly captivating. But let's not forget that I am the master of seduction. Your rugged appeal may catch the eye of many, but in the realm of Frank-N-Furter, we dance to a different tune. Your rugged charm and piercing gaze certainly have a certain appeal. But let's just say that I'm more inclined towards those who are a bit more adventurous, shall we say.
Well, Frank, it's been a pleasure having you here tonight, and I must say you've added a dash of glitter to our usual news cycle.
Thank you, Tucker, my darling. Remember, my friends, dare to embrace the unconventional, dance like nobody's watching, and toast to a world where dreams and reality collide. Bud Light and I welcome you to join our fabulous journey.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a tale of fantastical proportions brought to life by the enigmatic Frank-N-Furter and his partnership with Bud Light. Remember to keep an open mind, because in a world where Rocky Horror is reality and beer sponsors are theatrical icons, anything is possible. Thank you all for joining us on this peculiar adventure. Until next time, stay curious, stay entertained, and stay tuned to Killer Television, where we don't just report the news, we make it up.